midterms topic, and that would be on menu pricing. Before you can come up with the menu pricing, you have to do some kind of a menu analysis. So this is to assess the saleability of the items that you're selling. So under menu analysis, we need to have a popularity index and profitability index. Now, popularity index is of course for measuring how popular your dish is against the other offerings that you have. And then the profitability is how much sales it incurs for a particular period of time. Alright, let's say for instance, I have a restaurant and my menu offering are as follows. U.S. sirloin steak, I serve it at one serving is 250 grams. Fried chicken, 200 grams. Lapu-lapu and papillo, 180 grams. Mixed seafoods, 200 grams. Alright. So Monday, because you're going to be computing for fried chicken, lapu-lapu, and mixed seafoods, I'm going to only do the U.S. sirloin steak. Monday up to Sunday, I have these orders. 20 for Monday, 10 for Tuesday, 30 for Wednesday, 30 orders for Thursday, 10 orders for Friday, 20 orders for Saturday, and 20 orders for Sunday. So I have a total of 140 orders. Now, for fried chicken, we have different also, but it totals to 140. For the lapu-lapu, 210, and for the mixed seafoods, it's 210. When I add up all the orders, so my restaurant makes about 700 orders of these 4 different items. Now the thing to do is to forecast. How much am I going to order so that there won't be any wastage whatsoever? High inventory as well as wastage is very bad for your business. So we need to really be in control of all of these items. Alright, forecast. So supposing this is a restaurant within a hotel. You have 300 packs of house guests. You have 250 packs of outsiders. So you have a total of 550. But you don't stop there. You have to add 10% buffer. So you have 605 guests. Alright. You know, of course, how to compute for the 10% of 550. 55 is the answer. Okay? Alright. So let's move on to the popularity index. U.S. sirloin, the popularity index is 20%. How did I get that? U.S. sirloin, Monday up to Sunday, totals to 140 divided by the total of the 4 items of 700 times 100 is 20%. Alright. How about the number of servings? 20% of the 605 guests is 121 servings. Okay? Alright, so let's move on so that you will find out what is the weight of the U.S. sirloin that you're going to be ordering from the supplier. But there's no wastage, there's no inventory. Let's move on. U.S. sirloin, 121 servings times 250 grams because that is the serving portion of the U.S. sirloin plus 10% buffer plus lead time usage of 2,000 grams, which is a given. You have to add that 2,000 grams. So 121 servings times 250 grams is 30,150 grams plus the buffer of 10%. 10% of 30,150 grams is 3,015 plus 2,000 grams. You have a total of 35,165 grams. But you don't go to the supplier and say, May I purchase or may I order 35,000 grams of US sirloin? You have to divide it by 1,000. 1 kilo is equivalent to 1,000 grams. So 35,165 grams divided by 1,000 grams is 35.16 kilograms. So this is what you're going to be ordering. Now, what do I want you to do? Compute for the popularity index and the number of servings from fried chicken, lapu-lapu and papio, and mixed seafoods. And then come up with the menu requirement for chicken, for lapu-lapu, and seafoods. Okay? So, continuing on with purchasing, we need to really find out what exactly is the saleable weight of certain food items that we are getting from the supplier. Alright, so let's check on our butcher's test. Tinawag siyang butcher's test because it's really the butcher's really preparing this. Your kitchen should have a person who does this trimming and all that stuff before it goes to the executive chef. Alright, for boneless chicken, the initial weight when it came to your receiving, it is 1.2 kilogram at 94 pesos per kilogram. But you have your wings, fat, and byproducts. You have your blood, your water, and your trimmings. Yung mga puwet, yung mga ganun, no? And of course, the entrails. Okay. So 1.2 minus, supposing the wings and the byproducts is 0.2 kilogram. And the blood, the water, and the trimmings is 0.4. So your saleable weight, 1.2 kilogram minus 0.2 minus 0.4 is 0.6 kilogram. Magbabago ba presyo niyan pagka binenta mo? Definitely, otherwise, lugi ka, no? Alright, so let's compute for the ratio. The saleable weight of 0.6 over your purchase weight of 1.2 times 100 is equivalent to 50. Right. So, the price you have to follow, no? 94 pesos divided by 0.50 is 188 pesos. Look at the jump, no? Talagang double. Okay, let's look at the pork tenderloin. This is your sink work, no? The initial weight of the pork tenderloin is 8.5, and you buy it as purchased, 260 pesos per kilogram. But your butcher or your chef will remove 1.8 of the fats and the gristle, blood, water, and trimmings at 0.9. What is the saleable weight? What is the ratio? And what is the new price? You just follow what we did for the butcher's test. Okay?
Okay.
Part of purchasing is buying with a discount. So we need to find out how to compute for the trade discount and the cash discount. Because you are buying in bulk, you are provided a trade discount. It is a known practice in the business. And then if you pay within 7 days, that's considered to be cash discount. Alright, let's have an example. Since we were talking about ice cream during lunch, let's have pistachio ice cream. Your order is 100 gallons at 800 pesos per gallon. That would be 100 gallons times 800 pesos. That's 80,000 pesos for the 100 gallons. The trade discount of 20% would be 80,000 times 0.20. That would be 16,000 pesos. 80 discount of 16,000 pesos, that's 64,000 pesos. Now, if you're going to pay within 7 days, you're accorded cash discount of 5%. So 64,000 pesos times 0.05 is 3,200 pesos. So 64,000 minus 3,200 pesos from 80,000. You're accorded all this discount. You now only pay 60,800 pesos. For your sample for this, it will be for a later date or sit work for that.
Okay. Okay.
So part of purchasing is also getting to do all the standardization of all your recipes in the kitchen. So the format goes like this, no? So you have the recipe title, mise en place, what you're going to be using, and then you have this column here. Ingredients, the measure, the weight, the cost per unit, and the total cost. And then the instruction, how to do it. And then you're supposed to provide 10% buffer and food cost of 40%. Now this varies, no? Usually when you have a restaurant, you add this for overhead, no? And then the total cost. So for you to be able to get a simple recipe, let's say recipe for adobo for 6 people entails 1 whole chicken at about 1 kilogram chicken at 200 pesos now, no? Per kilo. No? So you do that, you add up all the ingredients, and then you add 10%. Let's say for instance, the total is 300 pesos for let's say 6 people. Add 10%, that would be plus 30, 330, and then add another 40%, so 0.40. So 330 plus 132 is 462 divided by 6 servings, no? Since we started for the chicken adobo. And that would be your cost per serving. Alright? Now for your sit work, get your favorite recipe. I don't think people will go for kare-kare or for paella because of so many ingredients. Get a simple one so that you can practice using the standardized recipe and then coming up with total food cost and then adding the buffer and the food cost percentage. I said this is not a hard and fast rule of 40%. It could vary. If you have a place in BGC that can go up to what? 20? And then for your if you have a turo-turo naman, pwede naman siyang 80% para kumain. Right, let's go to the pricing method. Because you have purchased already the ingredients and then you know already the overhead, labor cost, then you can come up with how to price them. No? We have the factor method. Sorry. Let's say 35%. Yung minuto cost at cost is 80 pesos. All you have to do is divide it by 0.35. That will be your selling price now will be 228 pesos and 57. This 0.35 is high, especially if you have freestanding restaurant and your rental, and it is situated in locations like Makati, Green Hills, those high-end area. So you have to factor in those situations. Now, for using the MUF, we get the so you're selling minuto again at 80 pesos. All you have to do is divide 100 divided by 35, 100%. No, it's always a given, 100%. Divided by 35, you have a factor of 2.8. And so, 80 pesos times 2.8 is 228 pesos and 57. Pareho siya. But we use two different methods. We use the factor method and the